This presentation will be about cosmetic surgery and how it has got so widespread in South Korea by myself, Jonathan Flores Fuentes. Let's begin by explaining cosmetic surgery. Cosmetic surgery falls under the umbrella of plastic surgery. The distinguishing factor between the two is that cosmetic surgery is to enhance appearance through medical and surgical techniques, while plastic surgery uses surgical and medical techniques to restore proper functionality to certain areas of the body. Now let's begin with my research question and thesis for this project. My research question is, why is cosmetic surgery so widespread in South Korea? My motivation came from 200 Pounds of Beauty, which we watched in class, and how it made cosmetic surgery look in South Korea. Now for my thesis. Korea has become the center of cosmetic surgery not only in Asia but the world. We are seeing a high majority of the population getting procedures done. This has become the norm due to social, economic, and pop culture. We are seeing South Korea become a hub for cosmetic surgery, and while it has become a lucrative business in this nation, it has been ingrained in the culture due to these factors, and is seen not only as a status symbol, but is rapidly becoming a norm. For my research, I have been looking at scholarly articles, online articles, and interviews, with the majority of my research coming from online articles who not only give more detail to what is going on in pop culture, but give us looks at personal experiences of clients who have themselves gone through the cosmetic surgery process. We begin with everyday life in Korea. In South Korea, everyday life is competitive. We see this from a young age. Children are hardworking to get into better high schools and better colleges. From this, they are hoping to be in position for better jobs. While in many countries, this would be enough to get high paying and lucrative jobs, in South Korea, it is not enough, as there is a secret distinguishing factor that they have not been preparing for their whole life in most cases. As we see the introduction of passport style photos with their job applications. As we can see from the quote, many South Koreans who have since their early years faced constant competition to get accepted into a prestigious university, secure a well paid job, and then get a promotion at work say they have had enough. But the culture in South Korea does not allow this to be enough. This leads us to our following point. The capital city of plastic surgery slash cosmetic surgery. Not only has cosmetic surgery changed the look of Korea, but it has opened it to tourism it may have never seen before, with people of all countries going to South Korea specifically in search of cosmetic surgery, thus making it a viable option for their economy because not only do these tourists come in for cosmetic surgery, but they must pay for hotels and other activities driving money to the South Korean economy. We now move on to the role cosmetic surgery has had on status in Korean culture. As we can see from the quote, due to the highly competitive nature of South Korea, those who have the financial capacity go for what is popular at the time. This is done to not fall behind, along with maintaining their social economic status. It becomes needed for those who are in constant search of approval from those in his social and economic classes. We now move on to pop culture and the effect it has had on the widespread acceptance of cosmetic surgery. In my opinion, K-pop begins the wave. Here we can see in the quote that pop culture in many ways shapes the faces that the population is going to cosmetic surgery to get. In many ways, they define what beauty is in South Korea. And as we can see from the quote, most Koreans are not born with these. But as it says, you can and should change them as many pop stars do. We move on to another element of pop culture, film and television, and its effect on the prominence and acceptance of cosmetic surgery in South Korea. From the quote, we can see that Korean television shows and movies are widely successful, not only in Korea, but in neighboring countries like China. Patients go into these offices knowing that pop culture has made these faces the template of beauty. And it is well known that many of these faces have been accomplished with the use of cosmetic surgery, which in turn has made it easier and more acceptable in South Korea for cosmetic surgery to be pushed to the forefront. In conclusion, the competitive nature of the South Korean people has made cosmetic surgery come to the point where, in many cases, it is not an option, but a necessity to keep up in the also competitive workforce. Along with this, we see it having an effect not only on the economy of South Korea, but has become a necessity for those who do not want to be left out and lose or hinder their position in their social economic classes. Lastly, we see how pop culture has played an important role in making the trends and the look that the population is searching to replicate and think of as beauty. Thank you for watching, and these are the sources for this PowerPoint presentation.